world's largest experimental vehicle. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, see you.
We're at Sun and Fun 2019, and who do we have here?
Hi, Jan and Alyssa. Jim Rogers. I purchased a Viking 130 engine for my RV-12 around Christmas time, 2018.
So you're really going against the grain, aren't you?
I am, and I'm very pleased at its installation. The 130 engine has installed smoothly. Jan has worked closely with me for the engine mount, which I'm very pleased with.
Now, what are the things about the engine mount as far as details that you like?
We're able to use the hard points for some of the Rotax engine on the RV-12, and then I didn't have access to welding aluminum, so thank you for fabricating some very precise engine mounts on the back side of the firewall, giving it a full 4 mounts for the entire engine.
So we tied into the longerons on the corners as well.
Correct.
Right.
And just going to be very solid. Certainly, I feel like is more robust than the original Rotax.
Yeah, which obviously is sufficient for the Rotax.
Yes.
Now, your fuel system, that was another thing we worked a little bit on.
Very much. Of course, the IS form of the RV-12 has come out with the fuel tank going across the cockpit or the baggage area, but I still have the older on the passenger side. So in incorporating the dual redundant fuel pumps, Jan and the crew welded in and fabricated using heavier aluminum to mount them within the fuel tank itself.
So you have an in-tank system, very low draw fuel pumps, and no external fittings to speak of, really.
No, and the manifold that is mounted right underneath the tank within the access panel. Very simple installation, but gives me all the redundancy that I would hope for.
Okay.
So very, very pleased.
And now you are working on the cowling?
Worked on the cowling is installed, making sure I have good clearance and everything is centered and dynamic. I think I will open up the area around the spinner and allow flow within that manner, and then it's on to finishing it up and working on the avionics and getting it in the air.
What do you think of, you're in Texas, I believe?
I'm sorry?
Are you in Texas?
We're in Texas, in Austin, just north of Austin in Georgetown.
And how you feel about like a Viking camaraderie? Is there other people around?
There is a Viking 110 owner in Georgetown. I haven't met him yet, but I plan to. And certainly that brings up the thought with the large cooling system, certainly in Texas with the higher humidity, we need all the cooling we can get, so I'm eager to see how that performs. And I know you've tested it thoroughly in the Florida environment.
Right.
And have found plenty of cooling surface.
And how has it been to work your experience working with Viking aircraft engines?
It's been a pleasure. A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of support. I'm a first-time home-built builder, so I've had a lot of questions, and they've been answered quickly and efficiently, and the resources are there. I particularly appreciate you having everything in stock. When I was ready to pull the trigger, so to speak, you had everything I needed.
And tell us a little bit about your paint scheme and why you're selecting this particular paint scheme.
Thanks for asking. My dad was a P-47 pilot in World War II. I flew in the Philippines, the 5th Fighter Command, 39th Fighter Group, and he flew a P-47. And I grew up hearing all of the stories, and it's not until after he passed away that I was able to learn to fly. And this plane will have the stars and bars. Actually, they'll have the 1943 stars and bars that were only official for 3 months until they changed it in mid-year 1943. But that was the same time that he learned to fly.
So
he got his wings. So,
and more in detail, exactly what would the plane look like?
I'm going to plan on leaving the aluminum bear with the stars and bars on the sides and on the wings with invader stripes and with the sky blue nose. I painted a Flight Design CT similarly years ago, but it looked like a little toy. I'm hoping this will look a little bit more like a real airplane.
All right. Okay, it was a pleasure meeting you here at Sun and Fun, and thanks for stopping in at the Viking booth.
Thank you, Jan.